Let's talk shrimp, folks. Demand for shrimp is skyrocketing. We can't seem to get enough of them, whether they're grilled, fried, or in our sushi. This huge demand means shrimp farming is booming. It's big business. Shrimp farming isn't new, but it's really taken off in the last few decades. As the world's population grows, so does our appetite for protein. Shrimp are a good source of protein, and farming them is often more efficient than catching them in the wild. But like any kind of farming, raising shrimp comes with its share of challenges. Let's dive in and get our hands dirty with the shrimp farming industry. The shrimp farming business is truly global. You'll find shrimp farms popping up everywhere, from Southeast Asia to Latin America. But some countries are leading the pack when it comes to production. China sits at the top of the shrimp farming pyramid. Today, they're combining traditional methods with modern technology to produce a huge chunk of the world's farmed shrimp. Southeast Asian countries like Thailand, Vietnam, and Indonesia have become major players in the global market. India is another big producer, with a long coastline and ideal conditions for raising shrimp. Ecuador has climbed the ranks to become a shrimp farming powerhouse. Ecuadorian shrimp are known for their quality, and they're in high demand in places like the United States and Europe. Each region faces its own unique set of challenges and opportunities. Now, let's get our hands dirty and talk about how shrimp farming actually works. There are a few different methods, each with its own pros and cons. The most basic method is called extensive farming. Farmers use large ponds connected to the ocean or a river. They rely on natural water flow and the shrimp's natural diet. It's a low-input system, but it also means lower yields. Next up is semi-intensive farming. Farmers still use ponds, but they manage them more closely. They might add some feed and aerate the water to keep the shrimp healthy and growing. This system strikes a balance between production and environmental impact. Then there's intensive farming. Farmers use smaller, more controlled ponds, and they pack in a lot more shrimp. They rely heavily on commercial feed, aeration, and water treatment. Finally, there's recirculating aquaculture systems, or RAS. Shrimp are raised in tanks on land, and the water is constantly filtered and recirculated. Section 4. The environmental price of shrimp on your plate. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the environmental impact of shrimp farming. One of the biggest concerns is the destruction of mangroves. These coastal forests are vital ecosystems. They act as nurseries for fish, protect coastlines from erosion, and absorb carbon dioxide. But to make way for shrimp ponds, vast areas of mangroves have been cleared. Another issue is water pollution. Shrimp farming produces a lot of waste, including uneaten food, feces, and chemicals. If this waste isn't properly managed, it can pollute surrounding waters. Intensive shrimp farming requires a lot of water, energy, and feed. Finding sustainable sources for these resources is crucial to reducing the industry's environmental footprint. Section 5. Cleaning up our act. Sustainable shrimp farming. All right, so we've talked about the problems. Now let's talk about solutions. The shrimp farming industry is starting to clean up its act, and there's a growing movement towards sustainability. One of the biggest focuses is on protecting those vital mangrove forests. Some shrimp farms are now built in a way that integrates mangroves into their design. This approach, sometimes called silvofishery, provides a habitat for wildlife, improves water quality, and even boosts shrimp production. Another key initiative is reducing pollution. Farmers are adopting better waste management practices, like treating wastewater and using more environmentally friendly feeds. Some are even using closed-loop systems that recirculate and filter water, minimizing discharge. Organizations like the Aquaculture Stewardship Council, ASC, have developed standards for responsible shrimp farming. New alternatives, like insect-based proteins and algae-based feeds, are being developed to reduce reliance on wild-caught fish. By working together, we can ensure that we can enjoy this delicious and nutritious seafood without harming the planet.